Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we are here on this video is actually gonna on Google Earth. So right now, apparently this video is gonna be kind of different from our Roblox videos. I'm not gonna be playing Roblox for this video, but what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna tell you guys what happened to all the paperbark trees on Halekoa Drive. So right now I am here on Oahu, and then right here in Honolulu. So if you guys don't know where Halekoa Drive is right over here. It's this mountain right here. It's located it's located by Kahala Mall. So right here is Kahala Mall, and then the Halekoa Drive mountain, it's right over here. So to get there, you have to be on this freeway, and then right by Mary Star the C School and Kalani High School, you have to go up this street right here. It's called Ainakoa Avenue, and then keep going, and then when you see a left turn right here that goes uphill, you have to take the right turn, and then just keep going straight, and then you're on Halekoa Drive, and you're going up the mountain. And then after that, when you finally reach near the top, you'll find some paperbark trees on the sidewalk. But to this day, from 2017, those paperbark trees are actually gone. So I'm going to tell you guys what happened to them, and maybe we can see some of the pictures of what they used to look like. Okay, anyways, let's get started. So the first paperbark trees, let's start from the bottom of the mountain to the top of the mountain. So if you guys are here at the bottom of the mountain, there isn't any paperbark trees on the sidewalk. There is paperbark trees down here, but they're in people's yard. Like these houses over here, it's on the property. Like if I'm talking about on the sidewalk, then no. Like if you go down here, you're near the bottom of the mountain right now. And then this right here, this guy's house, it has paperbark trees over here in the yard. But if I'm talking about planted on the sidewalk, right here's the sidewalk, and then the grass area over right after the sidewalk over here, these are the trees that are planted on the sidewalk. The government is who plants the trees on the sidewalk. So I'm talking about there's no paperbark trees planted on the sidewalk, but in the people's yards there is. So if you're trying to look for the ones that are planted on the sidewalk that the government planted, those ones, they are near the top, and 4 of them are in the middle. So right here is near the middle of the mountain, and then so right here, if you go to the left, you've got a very good view. I don't know why it's all blurry over here, but yeah, over here, if you look to the left at this part, you get a very good view of downtown Waikiki. And right here is the next mountain right on the left side. It's called Wilhelmina Rise. Well, maybe you could say it in a different way. Anyways, right here in the middle of the mountain, okay, right here, the letters are spelled the other way. Well, I can't really go over there to look at the correct way, but if you turn your screen or something, it's going to say Halekoa Drive. Well, okay, so right here, we're in the middle of the mountain, and the first ones are over here, planted on the sidewalk. These are paperbark trees. Apparently, these ones are still here to this day, but the only thing is that, well, there's 4 right here, so there's 1 here, 1 over here, 1 here, and 1 over here. So apparently these ones are still here to this day. This picture is taken in 2019, and then apparently to this day, this paperbark tree and this one are apparently removed. They cut the trees down, so only these 2 right here are remaining left to this day. So if you go onto Halekoa Drive now, to this day in 2026, February 16, it's these 2 first ones are going to be gone. So the first 2 that you're going to see on the street is these 2 right here when you're driving uphill. Anyways, let's go to the next one. So apparently those are the ones, and then the first 4 that you see down there. Now we are going to go to this next one. So the rest of them are on the main area over there, but for now, let's take a look and go on to this one called I don't know how to say the street. I'm just going to call it Alealoa Street. So if you go on Alealoa Street, then over here, up this way, there's going to be more. And then apparently, there's still also going to be some that were here from the past years, but some of them are probably removed to this day. So there's some right here, but that's on someone's property, so those are not sidewalk ones. But if you keep going this way, right here there are these palm trees, but right between them, we got 1 paperbark tree right here, and another one over there. These ones are actually kind of cool design, because the branches go straight up, and they shape them into spheres or something. So right here, this picture is taken in July 2019. But if you go to June 2011 or April 2019, they're still here, but they're much smaller. Same thing with the palm trees. So these ones are probably still here to this day. And then if you go this way, I'm pretty sure like over here there was one. If I can go to the past date, maybe. Nope, wrong area. It's more up this way. It's more up the hill. I think it was right over here. So if I do the date, yep, right here. So there's one tall paperbark tree right here. So there's this one right here. If you go 2009 and 2011, you got this paperbark tree right here. But to this day and 2019, it is gone. They removed it. Probably because the roots were like damaging the sidewalk or something. Alright, and then we got two tall ones right here. So if you go to like 2009 and 2011, they were much smaller from 2019. So this is what they look like now. Well, 2019, but to this day, they're probably still here, but much bigger. So yeah, there's some right here. We're getting more to the top of the mountain, like towards that way. All right, the three last ones on this street. So we got two right here, and we got one right there. So if you go, same thing. Oh, okay, never mind, guys. So apparently, if you go to like 2009, this is what they look like, and if you go to 2011, this is what they look like. So I guess apparently, back in the past years, they were actually much bigger. But then recently, in like 2019 or before, they apparently, I guess they made them shorter. So they cut the trees. Like they used to be like this, but now they're like this. But I don't know what they look like to this day right now. And apparently, right over here in 2009, there was another one right here that was more skinnier. And 2011 is actually gone, apparently. So it's gone to this day. And then I feeling that right here, if you go to like here and then you do that, there's like you can kind of tell how the sidewalk color over here is like a more whitish color in the middle part. That might have been the tree damaging the sidewalk, or I don't know, either that or they might have just decided to replace a new sidewalk there for something. Okay, anyways, we're done on this Halekoa Street. And then right now we're going back to Halekoa Drive. So if I go on Halekoa Drive over here, then we have gotten to the main ones. So apparently if you go up here on Halekoa Drive, okay, I have to go back. Apparently if you see this tree right here is actually the new tree they planted. So if I go to 2011, here they are. So we got one big one right here, and we got some more over there. Wow, this one right here, look at that. It just looks like this tree would be in like a forest or something. Just look how big the leaves are on the top. Well, how big it is on the top. And we got 4 on this side, and we got 2 on this side. 1 here, and 1 over there. So yeah, we got 6 in this area, and they're all near the top. All right. Well, so we got this one right here, 2009. They look the same, but only very few smaller. And then apparently they have cut all those trees down in 2017, late 2017. It was either like very late October, in November or December. And then they were gone after the year ended. So yeah. And then so now, to this day, right now on Halekoa Drive, to this day, from that time, they have now looked like this. So the new trees are planted over here. So the reason why they cut all the trees down on this mountain is because if you can kind of, well, it doesn't really go to the old street view right here, but if I go further up the hill to look at more, then we'll find out why. So yeah, this is what the tree they planted, tree that they replaced with those ones. This is what they look like now, but to this day, they're probably way much bigger. Like, they probably don't have this, like, green paper thing and these sticks holding them up. They probably took it off because the tree's probably done and getting planted. Anyways, let's go further up. Oh, right here. We got 4 more right here. We got this one, and we got 3 over here. Okay, now if you guys can probably tell closely, like, why those ones were chopped down is because if you guys look closely at the bottom of the tree, you guys can kind of tell the root, how big the root is on the bottom. And they kind of tell that the roots are like lifting the sidewalk up a little bit. So I think back then these trees were lifting the sidewalk and they were damaging it because the roots were really big. So which is why they had to replace it with a new tree that wouldn't damage the sidewalk like that. Like, they had to replace the sidewalk. As you can see, like the normal sidewalk, like over here, it's more grayish, but over here, because of the new one, it's more whitish because it's a new sidewalk and new tree. So the same thing over here, new sidewalk and new tree. And then these pictures, it's the old trees and the old sidewalk. See, it's all gray, and now it's all white, the sidewalk. And same thing. There's 3 big paperbark trees right here, and 1 new tree right here. Okay, now to this next one. So, if I wouldn't think there would actually be, I would think they're only on Halekoa Drive. But if you go over here to this street called, wait, hold on. If I go to this street called Aha PE Place, then over here, I wasn't expecting a paperbark tree to be on this street, but there actually is. Well, you guys might think it's over here because the sidewalk. No, I actually don't know why they replaced the sidewalk here, but it was actually over here. So, they only have a 2009 picture over here. So, this is what the tree looks like right now. There's 1 paperbark tree on the sidewalk on the street. So, this is what it looks like now. And in 2019, it's removed, planted from a different tree and the sidewalk, of course. But I think we can get a 2011 picture over here. Yep, 2011. Okay, it looks a little shorter. Alright, so now I found another one. This one right here, and 2019, it's gone. Okay, and then we got even more over here. Look, we got, well, there's one right over there in the person's yard. Well, we got this sidewalk one. This one, it looks really short, but the roots on the bottom looks big. So this is what it looks like in that time. And then right now, we got this one right here that does a curve. And then 2009, there was actually another big one right here. Before 2011, they had this one right here, but they already cut it down because look how short that paperbark tree root is. But look how big this one is. This one is definitely damaging the sidewalk, which is why they had to cut that one down. But that one they couldn't keep because it wasn't as big as that one. So yeah, and then 2019, all of them are gone now to this day. And then, if you keep going, there's going to be more. So, we're next on this street. I didn't think there was also going to be some on this street called, this place, oh no, not, wait, what was this place called? This place is called Alealoa Place. Oh, so there's actually 2. That street across and this street are kind of like the same street, except different place, because that one over there is called Alealoa Street, and this one right here is called Alealoa Place. That's kind of interesting. Alright, and if you keep going this way, to this dead end, well, there's one right here, but this is in the person's yard. I'm not gonna lie, if you come, like, this way or something, it kind of looks like broccoli. Alright, well, so now if you go this way, 2011, well, 2009, you can see there's 3 planted on the sidewalk over here, and then 1 planted over here. 2011, they look much shorter, and 2019, they're gone. Alright, next one, back on Halekoa Drive. We're coming this way, and then there's one right over there. Hold on, I have to go on Halekoa Drive. So there's one right over here, 2011 and 2009. There's one tree right here. It goes straight up, and then 2019, it is gone. And then we go this. I checked over here on this street right here, but there was actually none over there. And then right now we are going to this way. This one right here is right over here. This one is planted right between these bushes, and I'm pretty sure to this day it is gone. And then now we are getting almost to the top of the mountain. Well, almost to the top of like the street, I guess. So right here, this is actually the rec center in this neighborhood. It's also near the top. Okay, if you go to the 2011 picture and 2009, as you can see, there's some paperbark trees right here. This one is like bending. It does like a curve towards the rec center. There's one right there, and there's also another one. It also does a curve like that one and this one. They both do curves towards the rec center. And then 2019, they're gone, replaced. And now, even though there weren't any paperbark trees, like over here, as you can see, they planted one, but in 2011, they weren't there. I guess when they were planting the new trees, they just decided to plant extras to make it more nice, even though it's the same tree again. Alright, anyways, there's one actually right here. This is actually a bright white sidewalk over here, kinda. And then if you go over here, there is a paperbark tree here that also does a curve, apparently. All right, now go this way. If you keep going this way, there's one right here, 2011. There's another one. It also does a curve, except it's the opposite direction. Like, okay, there's one that does a curve right there, but there's two of the trees over there that does a curve towards the rec center. And if you come up this way, there's another curved one, but it like does it the opposite way. It does it towards the road. Okay, and if you keep going up there's another one right over here. It's right between these trees, and then to the day it's gone. And then apparently it looks like they planted it with a different type of tree. I guess this is they planted it with this tree, and it's I guess like a tree that you see in most neighborhoods. And then right now if you keep going this way, there's another one right here. This one goes straight up. Honestly, that's kind of cool. And then of course it's gone right now. And if you keep going up, 2011, there is two more. So there's this one right here, and there's this one right here. It actually kind of looks like like if you look closely at this tree, it actually does like a shape. It's like shaped as a U, and then yeah, and then to this day it's gone, and even this one too. But I actually just realized that for this tree right here, it's not just that. So like here's the tree right here, the paperbark tree, but right below the paperbark tree is actually grass. But if you look in 2019, it's actually rocks and more plants with the new tree. So I guess they also planted some more rocks there and got rid of the grass that was over here. Okay, anyways, we have reached the like almost the dead end of this street, Halekoa Drive. It does a loop, so like if you go up this hill and you're gonna go that way, and then you're gonna appear on all the way at the other side, and then you're gonna go this way, and then you have to drive back this way, because it does right here. You go that way or that way. It's both the same street because it does a loop. That's the end of the neighborhood, but we're just gonna go this way, I guess. So right here we got a tree right here. Now all these trees that you see up here, they're gonna be a little different from the ones you saw down there. So for this tree right here, bright white sidewalk again, this is what this tree looks like. And then you got the tree right here. It also has a big hole in the middle. All right, there's this tree right here, and also has big roots. And then there's also another one right across. So there's this one right over here. It also does this one's actually kind of cool. Like it goes straight up, and then after that it does it looks like it's sitting on something, and then there's like some kind of small plant below it. I don't know what that is. But yeah, there are these two trees, and then apparently, if you guys didn't know that, you guys might think that this thing right here is actually just a random plant they planted, but no, it is. If you look closely, it's actually another paperbark tree. As you can kind of tell, the same color as the branch, and the leaves look similar to those ones. It looks very similar, but yeah, it's actually a paperbark tree, just very small. And then if you go in 2019, as you can tell, they also planted the same tree as that, so it is another paperbark tree. And then I don't know why, and then they kind of added a cone over there, like a traffic cone. And then now here's another plant right here in one small grass area in 2011. It's another paperbark tree. It's the same tree. You can tell the trees and the branch and the leaves, and it's actually shaped into like a semicircle that's flipped over. That one's also kind of cool. And then right here we got other cool ones. We got these two right here. 2019. They're apparently gone. Although for some of these trees, you can actually kind of see the rest of the roots that are underground, like those white things. Those are probably the roots that they forgot to cut. Although I don't think it will grow back that much though. But right now, this is what they look like before. It looks like they're cut flat on the top. Like they shape these into like like right here. There's these two paperbark trees, the little ones. It looks like they so the branches like go straight up, and then looks like they shape these leaves into like a small cylinder, and it's a little thick too. Oh yeah, 2009 pictures too. This is what they look like, and that bush is way smaller. Okay, and then right here in 2011, we got even more over here, and then this one right here that's like almost covered in leaves, and then they're gone too. And then also I forgot to say, it looks like, so this is June 2011, I guess, whatever day this is, I guess it's green bin for them. Like, as you can see, like, when I was going up here, there was like lots of these like green trash bins, like this one right here and this one right here. Lots of green trash bins. Must have been garbage day for them. The green bin is actually for yard. It's actually for yard stuff, like trees, branches, sticks, and stuff. Like if you have these like paperbark trees planted in your yard, and you have these green bins at your house, and you need to cut the tree down, then you can actually put them in the green bin. That's what they're for. They're for like branches, leaves, sticks, grass and stuff like those. And then later on, that yellow garbage truck will come to the house and then pick it up. So I think later on this yellow garbage truck was coming and picking up the people's yard stuff. All right, and then right here we got another one. It's also shaped into a small cylinder a bit, and it goes straight up, this paperbark tree. Okay, now this is also another paperbark tree, as you can tell by the same color branch and leaves, and it's actually shaped almost like that small bush from earlier, except this one, it's actually shaped into a cylinder kind. The other one was just a round sphere. This one's a cylinder. Huh. Okay, it looks like we have almost reached the top of the hill. And then there's one right over here. This one's a little messy. As you can see, there's like leaves everywhere. And the branches, there's so many branch sticks everywhere. Okay, and then I think if you go up this... Oh yeah, I almost forgot to say. Yep, they're all gone over here too. The new trees. And if you go up this street right here, Aina Place, there really isn't any over here. I think they planted... Even though there's no trees right here, I think they planted some of those trees like over here again. Now, I think if you go up this street, you're going to reach the top of the mountain. Well, just in case it doesn't take too long, I'm just going to go this way. And over here, by these houses, you have... Oh, hold on. Oh, my secret monsters, diamonds. All right. You have one last paperbark tree right over here. And it's still here to this day. In 2011. I think to this day on this mountain, it's still here. Now, there was, in the past pictures, well, the car is blocking, but in the past, I think in the past years, there was nothing here, but I don't know why they just decided to plant that tree over there like the other ones, but yeah. And then to this day, this is the last paperbark tree that's, if you're driving up this hill, then you come up this last road to reach the top. This is the last paperbark tree you're going to see until you reach the end. That's planted on the sidewalk. And then if you keep going this way, there isn't going to be any more. But you have finally reached the top of the mountain. So this leads to a bigger house. And if you go this way, keep going. And after this house right here, you have finally reached the top. It's a dead end because you have finally reached the very top of the mountain. And then right here, there's a gate. It says no hunting because there's a fence right here. Private property. So yeah, you have finally reached the top of the mountain. And then you go this way. Oh, and also, I think if you're driving up this mountain, you're trying to reach the top. It shouldn't take that long because, I've been up here before. Okay, anyways, there's even more. So there's one right here. This one is also a little messy like the other one. Like we got this and we got a small plant right here. And then they planted a new tree over here. And it seems like up here, there's even more of these green bins. This was more onto the road. They better watch out. Well, there's more green trash bins right here. There's one right here. They're all, the trash pickup is going to come at some point and pick up the trash. All right, and then we're going back down this way. Then if you keep going this way. Okay, I don't know why I just skipped the lot like that, but there's two right here. I'm pretty sure there's 3 more that goes up there. Like, I don't know, here, I can try to go this way. Well, I think it only shows the 2019 picture, but if you go up here, okay, also, I don't think they cut most of the paperbark tree during this time, so, like, as you can see, there's, like, one right there, like a paperbark tree right there, a small root, and the leaves growing back. I think it grew back to this day. So, yeah, there used to be a lot over here. See, they planted a tree right there, and a new tree over here, with new sidewalk. And I guess for this day, 2019, it was gray bin day for them, which is just normal trash for anything. So you can see the gray trash bins out, like this one right here and that one right there. Same thing, trash pickup day for them, I guess, but different color bins. All right, and then if you go this way, if I can try to get one of the past years, yeah, you can kind of see the leaves on the top of that tree right there. The leaves right over here. and then a small part of the branch over there. I think that's another paperbark tree. I don't know why it doesn't let you show the. I don't know why it doesn't let you come over here and look at the past dates. Okay. Anyways, let's just continue. So we're here on Halekoa Drive. Now I tried looking at this street right here. This street is called Halekoa Street. So I checked on this street if there were any of the paperbark trees, but they're only in yards. They're not on the sidewalks. And if you go up this road and then go to the other side, you're just gonna appear on the other side of Halekoa Drive. So yeah, if you just go this way, and then if you go this way. So the thing I was talking about earlier, when I finally reached the loop area, if you did that left turn and you do another right turn, and then you're just gonna go up the hill and then come down from this side, and then if you just keep going this way, and then you go towards this way. This is the part you're gonna end up on, the other side of Halekoa Drive. We got some nice houses over here. Okay, well, anyways, now you go this way, and then this way, and then this way you're on the other side. So we got a paperbark tree right over here, and then we got two of them over here. And then if I go this way, 2011, you can see what they look like. This is what they used to look like. 2019, this is the new tree that they planted over here. And then if you keep going down here, there's even more. There's this one and this one right here, right over here. And then if you go 2019, they're gone. And apparently there was actually one right here. If you go 2009, you can see there's one big one right here. You can already tell the roots are probably damaging the sidewalk. But in 2011, it's gone. In 2019, it's also gone. So that was one they had to chop down immediately. And then now if you go this way, I checked this street right here. There wasn't actually any paperbark trees over there. Except even another thing is that street is actually very small. That area of houses is actually very small. There wasn't really that much there. Okay. Well, anyways, now you keep going this way. There isn't any down here, but it's still Halekoa Drive. Okay, so as you guys can tell that right here, they so if you go to 2011, as you can see, it's all paperbark trees. They have like 4 of them on the property right here, and then they have 1 single of the same tree on the sidewalk. So they have 4 in here and 1 on the sidewalk, and they're all the same type. Like the branches go straight up, and it's shaped into like a spear on the top. Same thing with this one on the sidewalk. It's like, well, I don't know. Like, imagine like maybe this person that, I don't know, like one of them is copying them. So like they're they're trying to make the same tree be the same over here through this one on the sidewalk. And then the only difference is that one of them is on the sidewalk. So we go to 2019. All of them are cut down, but as you can see, the one that was in the person's yard, they replaced it with these palm trees. But if you look at the sidewalk one, the government planted a complete different tree on there. So even though it's the same tree in the past year and the same type, since this one is on the sidewalk, they planted a complete different tree over here from the palm trees. And then anyways, let's move on. So this next one, they're over here, 2011. Here we are, we got 3 more. We got this one right here, we got this one over here, and we got this one right here. And we also got one across the street right over here. And it also looks like that this tree right here is also kind of like shaped into a sphere, like that one right there, except this one's a little bigger. And then in that thing, also, I just realized that for some of these trees that we've looked at throughout the sidewalk, some of them don't actually have a plant. Like there's 3 paperwork trees right here. 1, 2, and 3. And then if you go to the 2019 picture with the new trees, there's 1 right here, and there's 1 over here. But the 2019 picture, there was 1 right over here, but it's just nothing over there. It's just dirt. And then same thing for some of the new sidewalks. Sometimes, since there's 3 trees over here, they use the entire sidewalk area for 1 new sidewalk, so that they don't have to go to waste. Okay, this one was just 1 tree, so they just put 1 new sidewalk over there. And then here's what it looks like in the past. So it's kind of shaped into like a U. The letter U is what it looks like it's shaped into. That's actually kind of cool. And then hold on. And then in the 2019 picture, it's actually a different type of tree from these ones over here too. Okay, and then this next one over here, there's 1 more. this one right over here. Okay, honestly, I don't know why it doesn't let you go to the pictures like that, so you have to go this way, but it's still 2009, so which means it's still there. Oh, no, never mind. I guess if you're doing Street View over here, you have to be in the 2011 picture. So there's one right over here. But if you go to the past dates, if I can try to go to there, like 2019, then... Okay, I don't know why it's not letting you do that, but I gotta try to find a way to go back to 2019 so we can look at that new thing. Oh, here, this way. So, that's what it looks like, but in 2019, it was over here. They have the new sidewalk, but they don't have anything in that area. Yeah. So, for some of these trees, they don't have anything in the area. Some of them share the same sidewalk or the same tree, but they only have one. And then, anyways, the next one. So, there was one right over here, and there was another one here. So, we go 2011. There's two more right here. So, apparently, there's this one and this one right here. And then we got one right across the street. And look at this. It's actually another one. Like, remember we saw over there, there was this paperbark tree in the person's yard and two on the sidewalk with the branch that goes straight up and shaped into a spear with leaves. And it looks like there's another one right over here. Same thing. Wait, actually, I just realized in 2009, the leaves are way shorter on the top. Looks like the tree just grew. But now to this day, it's actually gone, planted with something new. And then same thing on this side. There's two of them over here, and then in 2019, it's replaced with a complete one different tree. And then I just realized, so right over here is Halekoa Street. I checked on the street before. I didn't see anything. And then over here, there are literally two of them on the edge of Halekoa Street on the Halekoa Drive side. So it's like it's like they want to put it on Halekoa Street, but at the same time they don't. So if they want to put the paperbark trees, if they want to plant them on the sidewalk on Halekoa Street, if they want to do it and don't want to do it at the same time, then the way how they're gonna do it and not gonna do it is that they are going to not actually plant it on the street, but they will plant it on Halekoa Drive very close to the entrance and exit of the street. That's actually kind of cool. And then next over here, we have got the last paperbark tree to see on this one that we didn't see yet. This one right over here. This one is like kind of big. It has big roots. Like the roots are like that. There's a big line over here in the tree. Looks like someone hit it with an axe. I don't know. But in 2019, it is gone and replaced with this new one. And you can still kind of see the roots down there and the dirt. So this is what they look like. 2011, 2009. Some of them are way shorter. And then so there it is. We got all paperbark trees on this street now. So in total, that was actually 77. All the paperbark trees we planted from this side of the mountain all the way to the top of the mountain, that was all 77 paperbark trees planted on the sidewalk in total. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if you don't believe me, go to the, like, you can rewind and flash forward to the video and count all the trees that we counted. And I checked down here too. Down this street, there was actually none. Well, except for the yards though, not like on the sidewalk. I remember seeing one in the person's yard, like all the way at the end of this neighborhood. Like right over here, yep, there are these paperbark trees. It's not sidewalk though, it's in the yard. Okay. Anyways, that would end off the main part of this video. But there is actually a few more that I want to share. They're like bonus ones. The main part of this video was to look at the ones on this hill, but there was actually a few more places that we're doing. But it has way shorter, less paperbark trees than this hill. Like this hill right here had literally 77 of the trees on them planted on the sidewalk. But the rest of them, it has way less than 77. So it shouldn't take as long as this one did. Anyways, let's go. So we already completed this mountain right here, which is the hill on Halekoa Drive. Now we are moving on towards Hawaii Kai. So in Hawaii Kai, there is this neighborhood right here. I don't know what the name of this neighborhood is, but here I can try to find it. The name of this neighborhood is called Kalanipuu Street. So that's the name of the neighborhood. Well, the street, I guess, but I guess could also still be it. The neighborhood is located right by Koapa Pond and located right by Henry J. Kaiser High School. So over here, the neighborhood. So if you want to do that, if you're like at the Honokai post office right here, and then you go across the bridge, and you have two turns. You got a left or a right turn. If you do a right turn, you're gonna go towards Kaiser High School, and if you do a left turn, you're gonna go towards the neighborhood. So when you go into the neighborhood, you're gonna see the same thing like you did on the other hill, except there's probably less paperbark trees on here. Let's start from the beginning. Okay, here we are. We are on the Honokai Drive. That over there is Kaiser, and over here is just other stuff. And I checked outside the neighborhood, there wasn't any. It's just in this neighborhood. Anyways, here we are at the start. So, right here, we got one over here. We got one paperbark tree there. I'm going to try to keep track on the numbers too, because I didn't count all these before. So this is 1, and then we got 2 and 3. So I remember seeing these ones before. 2011 and 2009. Some of them have actually been cut down before 2019, so some of them we're gonna have to probably try to flash back to the past year to see if we can count them in total. So there's 3 right here, and I think I just saw them right over here, like in 2011. Yep, right here. There was one right over here, and then 2019 they replaced it with this tree right here, even though it's not in the same spot. So technically, right now there's 4 of them. And then now, if we go this way, like this way, come on, can we go this way? Go this way. Okay, so over here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 over there. We got 5, 6, and then we got, if you keep going, we got 7, and then next we got, alright, we reached the end of the neighborhood. We got 8, 9. Alright, so far it's 9. We're gonna see if any of them got cut down before. So let's see. Paperbark tree right here. I just saw it wasn't cut down. So I also gotta remember to keep track because that was 9 so far. So if you go this way, now we're back on the main street. So I gotta still remember that was 9. Okay, 9. And then here we go. We got 10. And then, so here, we got 10 right over here. And then we got 11. Oh, look, there's a mail truck. Like, if you go right here, there's a mail truck delivering mail. Okay, that was 11 so far. And then next, we got this one right here, 12, 13. And then, if you keep going, this way, we got this one right here, which is kind of small, but in 2019 it's way bigger. Look at that. Look at that. This is what it looks like in 2009, and this is what it looks like in 2019. Shoot, I forgot how much that was. I think that was 14 over here. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I gotta pay more attention to the count, like very carefully. So over here was 4. There was 4 over here. This is the replaced one, but there was 4 over here. And then over here there was... oh, okay, over here. I went this way, there was 9. Now we're going to continue this way. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Don't worry about those stuff for now. 10. Okay. 11. Okay. Oh, it does like a curve. Look at that. It does a curve. Okay, 11. And then 12, 13, 14. And then... okay, now there's some over here. 14, we gotta remember that. 14, so there was 14. There's this one. And then this one, 15, and 16, and 17. Okay, I gotta remember that. 17 so far. And I think if you go to 2019, all 3 of them are chopped down. They have been replaced with different trees. And then, now we're gonna continue. 17. Now if you go this way... okay, there might have been a paperbark tree over here before 2009, but I never got a Google Earth picture of it. I gotta remember that still. 17. And then now, keep going this way. I don't see any more. Oh, wait. What happened? Oh, so, yeah, still gotta remember that. So, 17. And then if I can check this way. There isn't any on this street, so we're just gonna continue. That was 17 so far. And then 18, and then, shoot, 8, why is it all blurry over here? 18. Okay, 19. This one's actually kind of cool. Okay, that was 19, 20, and then 21, 22, 23, 24, and then 25, 26, 27, and then over here, 28. Oh, wait, hold on. 28. That one's actually kind of cool. It's shaped into a spear, just like Halekoa Drive. Okay, 26, 27, and then 28, 29, and then, where are the last ones? 29 so far, and then, over here, 30, and then, 31, and, okay, 31, so far there was 31, and then, that's it, so 31, and then, in 2019, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the trees are gone, so, if I go back to 2011, they're over here, but in 2019, they're gone. They replaced them with different trees. Now, apparently, the bad thing kind of is that, like over here, there is so many paperbark trees on this part of the neighborhood. Although it could kind of be hard to tell, like which ones, if there was some that got chopped down. But I don't know. Here, hold on. If I can go here, yeah, there was one right here. It got chopped down, and now there's also these ones over here. If I can go to 2011. And then, oh, hold on. 2011 is what it looks like right now. Hold on, wait. I think I just saw one in the middle, kind of. Like, here. Okay, there's one right there. In 2011, that curved one. And 2019, they removed it. Okay, so far, this is how much was in this neighborhood. Okay, we're done with this neighborhood. Okay, now there's this one that I barely don't know how much counters have. I don't know how much there is, but this next one is in this neighborhood called Honokai Hale. It's right by Ko'olina. So Ko'olina is the place that has these hotels. You got the Marriott Ko'olina Beach Club, you got the Ko'olina Beach Villas, you got the Disney Aulani Hotel, and you got the Four Seasons Hotel in this whole area. And you also got houses over here and restaurants and shops and stuff, golf courses, beaches, stuff like those. Ko'olina is just like a huge area. And then right outside Ko'olina, you got a complete different neighborhood that's not part of Ko'olina. A public regular neighborhood on the freeway. So, in this neighborhood, I remember seeing some paperbark trees on the sidewalk before. Like, if I go over here, I don't know how much it's gonna be because I haven't really kept count on this neighborhood before. But I'll try. I don't think that's a paperbark tree, so we're just gonna continue. Okay, so far here is one. It got chopped down, but if you go back, as you can see, it's a normal paperbark tree, but in the next part, it's chopped down. So that's 1 and 2 right here. There's one also right here. There's one paperbark tree right here. And then if you keep going, I don't know. I hope this neighborhood doesn't really take that while because I haven't really checked this neighborhood that much. And I don't know how much it's going to be. I'm just going to have to go through like every single street. I don't want that to happen. I don't want it to take so long. But so far there was 2. These ones, and then if you go this way, there isn't any over here. But if I can try, okay, there is none. I think I checked over here before. I don't think there's any over here. I just checked over here, but there isn't. Like the sidewalk, there's completely different trees. There isn't. I don't think there's any paperbark trees on the sidewalk over here. But it's cool view over here, cool areas like houses over here and stuff. Yeah, there's Ko'olina. And then if we go this way, maybe we could find some, but I don't know. And I hate this blurry stuff. I don't know what these are. It blocks my view when I try to look at stuff. So far there was 2. And then if I keep going, so far there was 2. And I remember seeing some over here. Alright, so far there was 2. And then if I go this way, oh wait, so far there was 2. Anything on this one? Nope. Okay. So far there was two. The two of them over here. We already saw these ones. Okay. And then now over here. Let me see if we got any. So far there was two. Any of them up this hill? If I can try to keep... If I can come up here. So far there was two. And then... There is none. Completely none of them. How many times am I going to keep saying two? I just got to remember that there's two of them so far. Now if I go this way... Alright, come on, there's two so far. Sorry if it's getting annoying if I keep saying two. I just need to keep track. So far there was two of them. I gotta figure out where all these other ones are. I promise there was more than two. I just don't know where they are. Like, I don't know. Alright, well there isn't any over here, so we're gonna go this way. There should be some that goes this way. So, yeah. Of course, there are two so far. Okay, where's the rest of them? Looks like it's blue bin for them. Like, over here on the street, I guess, during trash pickup, it was the blue trash bin, which is all the recycling stuff. Alright, anyways, let's just keep going. Where is the rest of them? Aha, we found one! We finally found another one. We got this one right over here. The skinny one. So that is three of them so far. So far, there is three. Now, if I go this way... Okay, there isn't any on this side. Okay, I just gotta remember that. So far, there's three. And then... So far, there's three. Come on. What's up here? Did I go this way already or no? No, I didn't. Okay, this neighborhood's kind of short. Yep, there isn't any up here. Okay, there's none up there. Wait, I don't want to go up here. I want to go this way. Okay. So far there was three. I just gotta remember that. So three of them was there so far. Oh, wait, there's another one right here. Yeah, we got another one. This is four. Okay, so four so far. Did I go this way already, or did I? I don't think so. Okay, so far there was four of them. I went this way already. I think I didn't see any over here. Oh, I found another one, another skinny one. So far that is five of them. Now if I keep going this way. There is... Okay, we reached the end. There's none. Hey, these person's trash bins are tipped over. Like these ones right over here, the blue trash bins are tipped over. And it looks like something fell out of the bin. Something got blue on the road. Okay, well, there was five so far. Any more, or is that it? I'm just gonna keep going this way. Did I count this one already, or did I, like... Oh, no, I counted it already. Okay, never mind. Okay, so far there was five. Any more? Come on, any more? Any more than five? Up here? Nope. There's none over here. None over here. So far there was five. If I go uphill, any others? Nope, there is not. So there might... I checked, like, everywhere in this neighborhood now. I think there is only five in this neighborhood of the tree on the sidewalk. So, yeah. If I go here, I don't think there's going to be any. This small area of houses. I don't think there's any on this area. Okay. Well, anyways, we're done on Google Earth, right? Well, actually, never mind. Okay, so far we've looked on Halekoa Drive over here. There was 77. And then now we've looked in this Honokai neighborhood. There was 33, I think. And then now over here in this neighborhood by Ko'olina. Not this one, over this one. There was 5 of them. Okay. Now, there I saw another neighborhood that had paperbark trees on another hill. But not the Halekoa Drive hill, a different hill that had paperbark trees. But apparently on Google Earth, I have no idea where it's located. But I found the video on YouTube. Let's go to YouTube for now and watch it. Okay, guys, so we are here on this video that I found. So this is the video that has the paperbark trees on the different hill. So this video is called Honolulu Garbage Trucks. So apparently this video is like showing these yellow garbage trucks going to people's house picking up their trash. And apparently one of these locations, the garbage truck was picking up trash on the hill that had the trees. So if I could find the part where it had it. So far they said it's just blue one, the cycling here, the trash bin, but at some point it's gonna get to the hill. So maybe it's after this clip. Okay, right now this might be a hill. So as you can see, if you zoom in to the left side, there's like 3 of these paperbark trees. So there's like 1 right there, and there's like 2 more back there. So yeah, there's like 3 of these paperbark trees on the sidewalk right now. So far that was 3. Here's the garbage truck. Right now I guess it's gray for them now. There's normal traffic this time. Now if I go this way, it looks like I found another one. Well, I think there's one right there. No, these are like palm trees, but if I'm talking about like that big branch right there, and there's another one on the sidewalk thing, so far that's like 5 of them now. And there's one paperbark tree right here, I think. I think this is one, except they cut it down. They cut all the leaves off, so now it's just this branch left. So far that was 6. And then if I now go to the oh yeah, as you can tell, this is a hill. As you can tell, the garbage truck's like coming downhill, and you can like see the view goes away. The view of that. I have no idea where this location is, and I wish I could find it. But at least someone put a YouTube video as it. Right. So now I think this is the same hill with the trees, except you didn't get caught in this hill. Alright, I think that was it. So far, we saw like 6 of those trees on the hill so far, but there might be more of them, but so far I just found 6 of them. And now there's this one right here, the new side loader. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, they came out with these yellow garbage trucks. They came out with new side loaders. So the old one was like this one, like, so right here this is like the old one. So it just grabs the bin and it takes it up like that. But for the new ones, it actually goes up like an elevator. Like for this one, it goes up like a conveyor belt, like it has like a train track. It grabs it and it goes up like a conveyor belt, and then it dumps it in, and it goes back down like a conveyor belt. That's the new stuff. It's a new app for that. And then right now, as you can tell, there is a paperbark tree over there in the neighborhood, but this is actually the same neighborhood that we saw in Honokai. So yeah. Alright, well, anyways, there was only one more thing I want to share on Google Earth, and that's it for this video. So apparently, I have no idea where that location is. Anyways, but there is, so far we found 4 locations with paperbark trees that was in neighborhoods. Number 1, this hill right over here, Halekoa Drive. There was this Honokai neighborhood over here. There was this neighborhood by Ko'olina, and then there was that one mountain with houses that had those trees, but I have no idea how much is on there, and I have no idea where that location is. Anyways, the last thing I want to and then apparently there might be more paperbark trees in these neighborhoods. Like in some neighborhoods there might still be some paperbark trees planted on the sidewalk, on like even more like neighborhoods, and more neighborhoods on hills like this, but I have no idea how much I can find. So far I've only found those 4. There might be some other locations with those trees somewhere, but I just did not find them yet. Anyways, the last thing I want to share is that someone actually found Honolulu garbage station. I actually found it too. Like those yellow, if you live in Oahu and something, if you like live in Oahu, you guys might already know that those yellow garbage trucks come to houses like these and picks up your trash on certain days. So if you guys want to know like where that yellow garbage truck comes from, because some people don't really know where it comes from, it actually comes from a garbage station. If you guys don't really know where the garbage station is, well, I'll show you. So it's like right over here. So if you like if you can like find the area where those trucks were at. I think it was like more over here or something. Yeah, over here. This is like the trash area station. Now, if you do a street view over here, and so you're on the street, you turn to the left. Ta-da! You got all the garbage trucks, all the yellow ones. And then, so apparently I think all the green garbage trucks, like the public ones, I think those are in a different location. I kind of forgot where those ones are, but we're just talking about the hard ones, the yellow ones. So here's the parking lot right over here is where all the garbage trucks park. And apparently in 2011, here's what they look like, most of the trucks. Like in 2024, barely of them. None of them are there. But in 2019, few of them are there. And then 2011 has like all of them. So here's what the different ones they have. They have all the garbage. They have all the side loader ones over here. They probably have rear loaders over there, and I think they have some front loader ones somewhere. Like here, let's go down to the bottom street. Okay, guys, we're here on the bottom street. Right now, this is 2024 December, so you got all the side loader ones over here, and then it seems like you got a garbage truck over there with wreaths on it. And I just realized something, and you might also realize something about that truck too. I think that's the new side loader truck. Like, I don't know why, but most of them came out in like 2025 October, the new side loader garbage trucks. But I guess they made them in like 2024. I guess they made them way before, but they haven't been using them that much as this year is. Now I think if I can't really find a way how to go on the other side and look at the truck, but well, it's there though. All right, well, so far, here's what the area looks like, the side loader trucks, and then if I can keep going, I guess I think I can find what the side loader looks like. So if I go this way, here's what some of them look like. That's the old side loader. And then I think over here there's also some other old side loader trucks, like you can see the orange thing right there. And then now if we go to like 2000, let me try to go 2019. Yep, I remember that. I already remember that. Most of them are gone. But now, if I go to like over here in 2011, the garbage trucks look a little different. Like, if I go to 2024, you can see at the back of the truck it says keep distance. But, so like the sign on the keep distance, the sign is way bigger. But in 2011, the sign is way smaller on the truck. And also, not just that, I think some of these trucks, oh no, you can't really see anymore because there's these bushes blocking them. Like, if you can look kind of closely, that red thing, that keep distance sign is way smaller than the ones they have right now where it's way bigger. And I think another secret thing that's happening is that if I can go back up to the higher street up here, then when you look down there, so this is what the one looks like right now. So so on the garbage truck they have 3 wheels on them. They have two wheels on the back and they have one front wheel. So I think it doesn't really have anything to do with the back wheels, but if you look closely on the front wheel, so you can see how kind of that's what it looks like right now. But if you go to the old pictures, the front wheel looks a little different. It's like more on the normal trucks. Like, if you guys don't know what oh wait, hold on. Before I explain what's going on, like, also I just realized I just saw something like over here. There's also the back loader trucks and also the front loaders over there. Alright, well anyways, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I can go to YouTube and try to find one. Alright guys, the advertisement is done. So right now, this is what I'm trying to talk about, the front hubcap. So the hubcap is what they use for the front tire, like to keep it like that. So like, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, so this is what the front tire hubcap looks like now to these days. But in the old picture, so like you can see how right here, it's like all like the front hubcap, it looks like more flatter and how it looks. But in the past pictures, the front wheel hubcap used to look like more like original. Like if you guys if you guys can tell, like that front tire hubcap on the garbage truck, it like looks like the hubcap that you would see on most of the trucks that you see. Like most trucks that you see, like most trucks that you see driving on the road, that's what the front tire hubcap looks like. So back then, the garbage trucks used to have the front tire hubcap that most trucks already do have. But now, to this day, the garbage trucks have a different hubcap that looks a little different from the original trucks. So, like, to this day, they have a different front tire hubcap that looks different from the other trucks. But back then, they used to have the front tire hubcap that looks just like the other trucks. This is what one of them looks like, but I'm pretty sure there's more of what they look like. Alright, well, anyways, that'll be it for this video. If you guys want to see another video where I do something like this and look stuff on Google Earth, then you can, one day we'll do it. You can also comment down what other stuff I should do. Eventually, I'll do it one day. And I forgot that video that I was looking at before with the like thing here, this guy right here. Shout out to this guy for having the this guy channel is called Aoi. So this guy apparently also lives in Oahu, but different location. So yeah, shout out to Aoricom for having all this stuff. And then right now there is also this other YouTuber that I found that filmed the stuff. This guy is called Paperbark. I think lots of people already know about this guy. It's called this guy's name is called Paperbark. And then on his very first video, he was driving up this hill, not the Halekoa Drive hill, the one in Honokai. But if you look closely, near the end of the video, this is actually the same neighborhood that we were looking at Honokai for the paperbark trees. And look, while he was picking up trash, he spotted some of the paperbark trees that we've seen. So yeah, shout out to Aoricom and Paperbark 808. So yeah, and the Paperbark 808 films like lots of these yellow garbage truck videos. Like he actually drives the garbage truck and he picks up trash from the people's houses and does stuff like this. Alright, anyways, that'll be it for this video. We'll see you guys in the next video. And just a reminder, if you guys want to see the 300 video celebration, then if you guys want to see the 300 video celebration and want me to do it, then make sure you guys subscribe, because as you guys can see, right now I'm at 297 subscribers, and I need you guys to subscribe because I'm like 3 away from 300. And once I get to 300 subscribers, I'll release the 300 video celebration. And then, till then, we'll see you guys next video. See you later.